is Lady the Gorgeous George. Kevin and I rub dawns.
Hello, I'm the Light Brown Recluse, and I read garbage so you don't have to. Guys, I did something bad. I did something real bad. I kinda fixed chapter 4, in a manner of speaking. How do I say it? It's not too much fixing, but it's not too much fixing, but I put quotation marks here and there to illustrate George's point, and you'll see what I mean when you read the pink text. The pink text does make a return. So you got that to look forward to. That's really the only editing I made. It's kind of an executive decision. All right. So without further ado, let's get to it. Throughout the period, I was trying to get some new blood for the show where I couldn't rely on Magic Matt for not a damn thing due to his disposition and jealousy with me in the show. I drove through a spot and saw this lady performing. She was singing and doing acoustic guitar. I approached her and asked her if she'd like to appear on my show. She was responsive and appeared on a few of my shows. Her name was Rosalind Redacted, better known as Rossi. We had a studio for a short stint called Delmar Communications, and we did a lot of the pre-recorded shows there, along with shows at the park and at the Caroline Church near the park. Finally, I told the street musician of my dilemma of needing a reliable co-host, and without any hesitation, she mentioned the name Kevin Kravitz. She told me he would jump on it, that he liked to appear on camera. We met with Kevin and he appeared on one of my 30-minute live shows as my attorney and also one of my pre-recorded shows at the ballroom at the Holiday Inn. We put an ad in the paper for female co-hosts and co-workers to help with the production. Magic Matt appeared with me and Kevin in this show. While we were bringing in the props in the ballroom, I thought the mannequins that Kevin had in his vehicle would be interesting as props for the show. Literally, these were like what you would see in a department store. They were store mannequins, partially had version of them, not the full version. While Matt and I helped grab them out of his vehicle, Matt dropped one accidentally, and Kevin exploded with anger toward Matt about him dropping them. I dropped one too, and Kevin was filled with anger. I told him to calm down, they are fine, that are just props and store mannequin space period. Just for him to chill. Interesting show to say the least. We had a girl by the name of Michelle appearing and a local nightclub dancer named Susan. Michelle seemed like she wanted to get drunk and Matt supplied the drinks. Needless to say, she became frisky and flirtatious with us. Kind of the life of the party. We did a skit where she sat in my lap while I played Old Man Henry, giving her a lesson about what Gorgeous George does for the ladies.
That's you very well.
Me and my friends, we laugh at you when you walk down the hall and you fart at night.
I fart. If I fart, it's so overwhelming. It's a painful thing.
It's funny, Grandpa.
I'll tell you about that story. And all through the house, not a farm animal was stirring. Not even the farm rat, or the puss that was up there.
Oh, I like
You like that? Oh, yes. And while stockings were hung in care, so was Agnes for stockings hung in care, that soon, that gorgeous George.
You don't buy no teeth, Grandpa.
I have no teeth, baby. I can still do this.
Grandpa, you scare me.
I scared you. I know I do. Sweetie. Look, it's just like this. It was through right before Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a...
While we filmed, her hand was grazing my third leg and it felt really great and relaxing. She was drunk and wanted to have sex. I encouraged the grazing of my third leg, though I didn't encourage any sex since she was intoxicated. I said if she sobered up and still wanted to, we could visit that possibility, but not at the moment. She knew she was drunk as a monkey. Matt, of course, wanted to take advantage of her, and I told him to back the fuck off! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Ain't going to happen. After we had a few shoots and skits and her rubbing down there, I felt the need to give her a big hug and get her a cup of coffee so she could sober up somewhat, since she had to drive back home. She then mentioned that she had to get back home before her boyfriend came back. I asked myself, why is it always about the boyfriend, question mark, question mark? Susan walked in, was ready to do her scenes for the show. Michelle left, and I said, give me a call when you get back home so we know you made it home safe. Hugged her again, and I said, let us know that you made it home. Meanwhile, Kevin and Matt were preparing for the next skits and Susan and started dancing while Kevin was adjusting the camera. After the show was finished, I get a phone call from Michelle, but it wasn't her, it was a man's voice. I said, hello, can I help you? The guy was screaming on the phone saying, you got my girlfriend drunk! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What in the fuck did you do with her for that long? I said, you need to calm yourself down and stop the cursing on the phone. She answered an ad to appear on camera and she helped us out during the production. Well, why in the hell is she drunk? We had a bar with the rental of the room and she drank. She is a grown adult, so she chose to drink. You got my girl fucking drunk, you son of a bitch, he said. I told him to go fuck himself and have her call me after she sleeps it off. The hell I will, you took advantage of the situation. There's nothing that was done, so Uther again can go fuck yourself. That was not my problem, and she was a grown adult, space period. I came to Matt and said, you caused me a problem getting her drunk. Matt explained I didn't get her drunk, besides you benefited the most out of it. I said simply, you know you did get her drunk and I had to listen to it by some jealous boyfriend on the phone. I kicked him out afterwards. Oh, I didn't? Anyway, the taping was a success and we made a good show. During this time, I was in need of a production guy to help us out. We were introduced to a guy by the name Jim Redacted. He was about 400 plus guy that had a severe weight problem, but knew his craft well and helped us to editing and special effects with our show. He helped us out tremendously throughout the period of doing pre-recorded shows, along with going into doing block of live shows every week. More live shows were being produced, so we used Jim in the control booth, doing the camera work, and started doing live shows on a regular basis. It was 1999, and it is our year where we started back up doing our live shows every Thursday night. Kevin, Matt, and myself. Unfortunately, news got back to me in February 1999 that my aunt Eva had passed away. It was very hard and shocking to deal with. Very emotional since she was the second mother I never had. It was like the first mother you never had. After news came down, my cousins came up from Tennessee. After news came down, my cousins came up. She was on a ventilator for 2 weeks, and we were hoping with all hope that she would snap out of it, but then later decided to pull her off the ventilator, space period. Finally, later on that summer, I needed a vacation and decided to go west to Las Vegas for a vacation. So Kevin hosted the show for 2 months, and Magic Matt took a journey to the city of Neon to clear my head from my aunt's passing. Wait, my aunt seems to be there with me in spirit. So I packed my BMW convertible and me and Matt headed west, cross country. The end.
Alright, told you chapter 4 is a short one. We will hopefully shorten the intro and mini monologue. You remember. Chapter 5, we go to Vegas. Yay, Vegas. Until then, take it easy. And to be further updated on